This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Today we will be making crepes. I like to make crepes because you can stuff them with anything you like. We can put vegetables with different sauces, meat. What we're going to be doing today is filling them with berries and having them for breakfast. I'll show you how to do that.
Hi everybody, it's Kim with Cornell Cooperative Extension. I work with our SnapEd program. I'm going to be bringing you a 5-part series this week on eating healthy and walk you through some delicious, easy to make recipes. I'm going to start us off with breakfast today. Now, did you know that the word breakfast means break fast? And that's because while you're sleeping for 8 to 10 hours, you're not eating. And so the first meal you eat breaks the fast. And it's an important way to get the nutrients that you need and make sure you've got the energy level that you need to get your day started. I'm going to be making whole wheat crepes today. Now you can see behind me, I have what we call my plate. My whole wheat crepes have got 4 of the 5 food groups, and I'll walk you through that in a little while. What I want you to notice right now is half of what you should be eating is fruits and vegetables throughout the day. And then on the other half, we have grains and protein. And then we also have a section for dairy. Those are all important to incorporate through your day, and this gives you a good visual of how to balance those food groups out. And now, I'm going to show you how to make crepes. 1 small package of mixed berries, or about 2 cups, a half a cup of water to go with that. And for the crepes, 1/3 cup of flour, 2/3 cup of milk, a pinch of salt, and 3 eggs. You'll notice my mixed berries come in different colors. When choosing fruits and vegetables, I remind myself to eat the rainbow. That's because different colored fruits and veggies have different nutrients in them, and they are all important for our bodies. I'll cook these beauties on medium-low heat while I make the crepes. It takes about 10-15 minutes. Add that half cup of water to keep them from scorching on the bottom. Now that the crepes are ready to cook, I'm checking back on my berries to give them a good stir and break them up. They're starting to melt down into a nice filling for the crepes. If you don't want to cook these berries on the stovetop, you could easily pop these in the microwave for a few minutes, or just leave them out overnight to make the filling. If berries are in season, pick out your favorite variety and use fresh berries for the filling. Everything we eat over time matters. This crepes recipe is a great way to eat whole grains and whole fruit. Remember I told you I would walk you through those food groups? Our mixed berries goes into fruit. Our whole wheat flour goes into the grain. The 3 eggs go into protein, and low-fat milk goes into the dairy group. Let's take a minute to talk about why I'm using whole wheat flour and why we should start our day the whole grain way. Ever wonder why brown rice is brown and white rice is white? Let's take a closer look. A whole grain has the entire grain intact. The outside of the grain is the bran. That's the brown part, and it contains all the good stuff, like fiber, vitamins, and minerals that our body needs. White rice, pasta, bread, and other processed grains has the bran removed, along with a germ, which also contains the good stuff. What you are left with is a white, starchy center. There are so many reasons to go for a whole grain. It improves digestion by acting like a broom that sweeps out your digestive tract, keeping it healthy. The high fiber content of a whole grain helps with weight control by filling you up and keeping you full. Because different kinds of foods are converted to energy at different rates, some, such as sugar cereals and donuts made with simple sugars, can give you a quick lift, while others, such as whole grains and whole fruit, supply the reserves we need to draw on throughout the day to stay energized. A diet that includes whole grain reduces your risk of heart disease, and the whole grain also reduces the risk of certain cancers. The dietary guidelines recommend half of your grains should be whole grains. So if you decide on white rice over brown, Reach for whole grain bread, popcorn, or whole grain cereal to start your day. That way you can still make sure you're getting the good stuff. Back to our crepes. You know it's time to flip them when you see the little bubbles forming and the top of the crepe is starting to cook through. Crepes are thinner than pancakes, so you don't want to try and flip them when the top is still too runny and they won't hold together. That nice light brown look after we flipped it is perfect. That took about 1.5 minutes on the first side and only about 30 seconds on the other side. Now I'm going to take those colorful beauties I've been simmering on the stovetop and spoon them over the crepe for the filling. Roll it up and look at that bundle of love. I have a professional taste tester to make sure these crepes pass the kid test. But first, I have one more quick thing to talk about. I hope you get to enjoy those crepes as much as my kids do. While breakfast is important, it's also important to remember that not all breakfast is the same. You want to avoid things like sugar-sweetened cereals, pastries, and donuts. They're high in sugar, they're not going to do good things for your energy levels or your overall health. Another thing to consider is a protein source. A lot of us think of bacon and sausage for breakfast, but those should be avoided. They're high in saturated fat and sodium. Neither is good for your heart or your overall health. Now, if you don't want to make crepes, a couple of other suggestions could be a slice of whole wheat toast with peanut butter and a banana. Peanut butter is a good source of protein. Or you can pop a bowl of oatmeal in the microwave for a couple of minutes with some water on it and add some berries and maybe some walnuts to go on top of it. Walnuts are also a good source of protein. Our crepes that we made today are under $2 and they make 6 crepes, so they'll last you for a few days. If you guys have other good ideas for breakfast, please share them with us. Or send me a picture of the crepes that you make. I'd love to see them. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about lunch.
That crepe is pretty good.
Remember to start your day the whole grain way.
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material is funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.